Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad you all could be with us. Also, those joining us through our friends at iHeartRadio as well as Amazon Music Podcasts, we're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, as we're saying goodbye to 2020, there are some good things for us to enjoy, including a new film that's new to Netflix called We Can Be Heroes. We're excited to welcome one of the stars of that film, Nathan Blair, to our program today to talk to him not only about his journey as an actor, but also about the fun of this film, but also the messages of it as well. If you guys are not staying connected with Nathan, of course, we'll let you guys know where to be able to find him online. But Nathan, thank you so much for the time today. Really appreciate it.
Of course. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Nathan, as I said, this has been quite the year. Many people are excited about 2020 coming to an end, but we do have some great things to talk about, including a film like We Can Be Heroes. So what has that been like for you, Nathan, to be able to end the year on a high note with this film?
Well, of course, we all know 2020 was pretty insane. But, for me, I've been waiting for this movie to come out such a long time. It was supposed to come out in 2019 at some point, then early 2020, and now with it coming out with this message, coming out at such a random time like this, I think it really fits.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it came out on Christmas, so I was able to celebrate with my family Christmas and, of course, the drop of this movie, and also just how it spreads the message of hope and that even in these hard times, you're able to go out and try to do good for the world and for your family. So I think it's really perfect timing, and I'm just really excited about all of it.
Yeah, it really is great. We're going to remind our audience, of course, how they can be able to watch it, Nathan, for sure. And as I mentioned, to stay connected with you. You have done a lot of things creatively, but have you always known that acting was something that you wanted to do?
No, actually. I did not know until like 5 years ago, actually, because when I was really young, I'd always watch my favorite movies, and I'd reenact them. But I never really thought of acting as being a thing I wanted to do. But apparently my grandparents always told my parents, he's an actor, he's got to be in the business. But nothing ever happened of it. And then 5 years ago, we couldn't go to New Jersey for summer, so my parents had to send us to a camp. My sister's like, I want to do an acting camp, because my friend did it last year and she loved it. So we went to the acting camp where we made a movie each week, and that was a lot of fun. And when I was there, I still didn't think of doing it professionally. I was like, this is just fun. I like doing it. And then I liked it so much that I asked my parents if I can go during the school year every Wednesday. So every Wednesday I would go in and we'd do a little how to take an audition class. At the end of the year, we would have a showcase where a bunch of managers and agents would come in, and they'd see the kids act, and they'd be like, oh, I want that kid, or I want that kid. So a couple people wanted to meet me, and I went in and I met a couple of them, and then I found my manager, and then through them I found my agent, and that was when it really started, and that's when I became an actor, and that was 3 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. And you've been able to be a part of some great projects in that time period, Nathan. I noticed when I was prepping for this segment, and along the way, of course, you have fans that have now picked up from project to project. At the time we're having this conversation today, you have over 23,000 followers just on Instagram alone. What has that been like for you to see the way that people have been following your career?
Well, to be honest, it's really surprising. It happened so quick because of this movie, and I'm just really grateful because without them, I guess I wouldn't be here. It's without the fans that like what you're doing and are pushing you forward, it's the things that you're making out there are not really being seen, and therefore there's no value to them until people see them and they like them. So right. I'm just really grateful for all the fans and all the people who love the movie and are just happy with the work I'm doing, and I'm glad I can give a good message to people and make them feel happier through these times and on the holidays. So it's really nice.
Yeah, it has to be cool to be able to do something that you love, and then of course something that people also enjoy. Since we're talking about We Can Be Heroes, Nathan, on December the 5th on Instagram, you actually posted the trailer there, and of course people were responding to that. It's a great film. I think there's so many things about this film that are so powerful, as you mentioned, and timely, not only for young people, but I think for all of us. What was it like for you to be a part of the cast, especially with these important messages, especially when it comes to things like teamwork?
Well, being part of the cast was awesome. Offset, we'd hang out a lot because we had to portray that the kids in the movie are a team. They know each other well enough to be a team, but the actors had to become a team as well. Because if we weren't a team, then the kids wouldn't be a team, and the whole movie storyline would fall apart. So I think it was really awesome. I got to hang out with each one of them individually and get to know them, and everyone was really nice, and everyone was great, especially the cast and crew. And but yeah, it was really important that we all were able to connect as good friends and feel that we can rely and trust one another, because that's the main message of the story. And if we're unable to get that, then the world would be unable to get that, and the movie wouldn't be able to show the message as well as I think it did.
So true. I think that's a really good point. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Nathan Blair to our program today. Nathan is part of the talented cast of the new film on Netflix called We Can Be Heroes. You guys can be able to stream it for yourselves. Nathan brings to life the character Wildcard. Love the name. So I want to dig into that message a little bit more, Nathan. Does a film like this, being a part of a film and a cast like this, kind of encourage you when it comes to achieving your own goals and dreams?
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely helped me try to achieve my own goals, because when I used to make my own little short films, I would always try to do them myself. I always wanted to be like, no, it's fine, I can do the lighting, I can do the editing, I can do the filming, I can do all this, it's fine. But the films never turned out the best that they could do. And then after this movie, I saw how everyone's picking a thing, and the director's directing. Because if the director tried to do the lighting and editing and tried to do everything, it might not turn out as great as it would be if he had a team around him. So achieving my own goals, I would pick the main thing that I think I can do best. And then I have friends come help me. It's important to have a team around you, and sometimes kids are unable to work in a team. I remember I had a hard time doing that in elementary school as well. It's just kids just don't learn that lesson as soon as they should. And so I think I was able to learn a good lesson here working as a team. And you can't, no one can ever think it's about you. You have to think it's us. There's no I in team, which is a very popular saying. So that's what I took away from this, and that's what I put towards my goals and dreams.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Nathan, in watching We Can Be Heroes, that each one of you, you have your own personalities. You are who you are, and yet that works in being able to add something to the group. And I think that in itself is a great message for our audience. Again, I think regardless of what their age are, that all of us, we're unique, but when we come together, we're able to bring, as you were just saying, bring different perspective and make things a little easier, I think, for everyone. And you can achieve great things. I think that definitely is a great thing. So you are going out of 2020 on a high note, Nathan. I know there may be some things you can't share with us, but are there any plans you have for 2021 that maybe you can talk to us about?
Yeah, you're right. I can't talk too much, but some stuff I could say is I could say some of the stuff I'm making myself.
Okay.
I could say some of that stuff, which is I'm doing some short series with friends from the cast of We Can Be Heroes. We're making a little Star Wars fan series. So that should come soon, hopefully. Okay. And I'm also along with that, just writing a bunch of other stories that I want to make come true. I want to do a Western movie and all that stuff. So I have planned myself to make stuff for that. And then also, yeah, that's pretty much it. Other stuff I can't really talk about right now, but hopefully people would be excited when things do get announced.
Well, look, I totally understand that, and I definitely don't want to put you on the spot. Again, everyone, Nathan Blair has been our guest. Great conversation with you here, Nathan. So I have a couple more questions for you. I mean, we talked about teamwork. We talked about pursuing goals and dreams. What advice would you give our audience, Nathan, when it comes to that? I mean, I'm sure your fans probably ask you on social media, what do you normally tell them about the importance of going after their goals and dreams?
I would say, which my grandfather usually says, dream, make those dreams come true, then keep dreaming. You can't settle if you succeed in one dream. Let's say you get an A on a test and you're very excited. Well, maybe you got an A on that test and your grade went up, but if you get an F on the next test, your grade's going to go down again. So I'd say you can't settle. You have to always try to push yourself forward, because you have to have the mindset that you can always be better. That's what my mindset is, and I did Weekend Be Heroes, and I'm very happy about it. And now I want to add more branches to my tree of acting. So that's what I always say. You're the root, and you want to add as many branches as you can. Because the more branches you have, the prettier the tree is.
Awesome.
So that's what I always say to myself. I'd say just once you succeed a goal, make a new goal and succeed that one, and try to be your best self.
I think that's a great message, Nathan, for sure. Nathan, really appreciate you stopping by as we're wrapping up this year. I mentioned Instagram earlier, but how can our audience stay connected with you?
Well, of course, Instagram is probably the best way, which is Nathan_Blair_LA. Probably the easiest way to stay with me. And then I have a YouTube channel, which is just Nathan Blair. So those are the two ways that people can follow and see what I'm up to.
All right, Nathan. Well, man, congratulations to you on all the great things that have been happening for you. Excited about what's to come, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Of course. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.